And then, of course, there's the area of patents, which we've touched on from Sebastian's lovely presentation. Now, I thought it was interesting. The issue with patents is that they can take a long time to come through, and I think they're not for the faint-hearted, whereas trademarks are relatively inexpensive. The patent process can be longer. It takes more energy and more thought, and it's a bit more fraught, and you have to have kept everything secret before you go across the patent office. So there's a lot more riding on it, but then perhaps there are greater rewards. And I thought what was interesting about Sebastian's story is with the pushchair, despite all the inventions they had there, they decided to only patent one element. And this is the thing you need to think about in that realm. I'd say the key thing with patents is to think closely about what it is you're trying to protect. Break it down and think, well, what's the key? Which is the bit I'm going to really concentrate on? And similarly, in this day and age, which jurisdiction do I have to worry about? Where am I going to be operating? We're no longer just a UK-based economy. We're looking at the world, and you're thinking of maybe exporting your goods around the world. So there's quite a lot to think about there. Now, I've only touched on each of those areas, and what I was trying to do there was just bring out some elements of the things that you need to think about. But the three things I want you to remember and to take away are that, first of all, you do need to identify what you've got. And so, by running through trademarks, copyright, patents, and there's also design rights as well, which will protect the look and feel of something, you need to know, analyse your business. Well, what have I got here? I think I've invented a new baby bottle, and I think that's great, so maybe I can get a patent for that. But I might be able to get some design rights too, and my name, I think, is brilliant. I need to trademark that. Well, that all adds up to quite a lot. What process should I go through? How much will it cost? And that's where coming and doing some research really helps, being prepared and then coming to speak to experts to really build it into your business plan. The thing I feel about intellectual property is that it's got value, and for too long people devalue it across many industries. And it's something, if we just paid attention to, as you said, we've got some great creative beings in the UK. There's a lot more value to be brought out of it. It takes two things. It takes value of your own work and respect for others, which should prevent you from overstepping the mark. We can all take inspiration from everyone else, but overstepping the mark and blatantly copying someone else is really not the way to go. And it comes to bite you later on. One of the more recent examples of that all going wrong is Barbie dolls. Is everyone familiar with Barbie dolls? Well, you also may be familiar with the Brats. Yeah, they were very, very popular, and all my nieces they were into these Bratz dolls, and I bought them for them. And they're very funky, and they're not quite as prim as Barbie, and this great new idea. But that was conceived by an employee of Mattel who make Barbie. And the mistake he made was coming up with that idea while he was still an employee of Mattel, then selling it off to MGA, and a lawsuit ensued. So the Brats, while they were out there, were really being sold unlawfully, illegally, and in the end, Mattel did win their case, and hundreds of millions of damages came their way. And that's an example on the big scale. Yes, there was money to be made, but that lawsuit would have made lawyers a lot of money and been a lot of stress on the management, and the product is now coming away from the market. You see less of it. On a smaller scale, for individuals, I see often coming into my office, as I said, people who have either had their copyright infringed, or the other way round, find themselves in the unfortunate position of coming up with a name that belongs to someone else. And they'll come to me going, well, it's a little bit different, isn't it, don't you think? Can I get away with it? And they may have invested already some time and effort and money, and the answer sometimes is, well, no, you're copying there. And I can tell you, if you do try and do that with the big companies, they will come down on you like a ton of bricks. But equally, if you take the effort to try and protect what's yours and add value to your business, then you're in a strong enough position to protect what's yours. And so I had the happy experience of someone coming to me and saying, well, you know, this is my idea, this is my business, it's been infringed, what can you do? And then we can take steps. And send nice letters to the likes of Marks and Spencer's, or whoever it may be, and try and get the infringing action stopped, because that's at the heart of your business. So, identify was the first. Secure, protect what you have once you've worked out what it is you have. And the final part is use it. Exploit it. That's what it's there for. Find a way to make it add to your business. You may just have created a wonderful new invention, but if you've also protected the brand and that's got goodwill associated with it, you may be able to license that brand name and attach it to other products and introduce a new income stream to your business. So there's lots that you can do, but I think what I'd like you to take away from today is that they say a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. I think in this world, actually, get a little bit of knowledge, especially if you're running your own business. You should know enough about every area that you feel comfortable then going to speak to experts and taking it to the next stage. So I'd make your first step after this to come back to the library or maybe come along to one of my workshops. Thank you very much.